My name is Carrie Haines, and this is my original contribution in early childhood education for my Capstone experience. I am going to give a presentation about purposeful play for teachers and caregivers of young children. Play is a fundamental part of early childhood development and contributes to growth in a variety of areas, including cognitive, social-emotional, physical, and language growth. By recognizing the importance of play and supporting it, teachers, families, and caregivers can prepare children for future success in their academics and life. In this webinar, I will first define play and its characteristics, talk about research on the benefits of play, and then give examples on how to promote play in the early childhood program. Key topics include what is play, key characteristics of play, stages of play, types of play, why is play important, skills development, examples of play, last thoughts, and references. What is play? Play is a fundamental part of early childhood development. The definition of play, according to Wikipedia, is play is a range of intrinsically motivated activities done for recreational pleasure and enjoyment. Play is commonly associated with children and juvenile level activities, but it may be engaged in any stage of life, among other high-functioning animals as well, most notably mammals and birds. Benefits include cognitive, social-emotional, physical, and communication or language growth. Play is a necessary component of early childhood, the primary way which a child explores their world. They can express themselves through play, experiment in their environment, and develop critical thinking and the ability to think abstractly, along with developing essential skills. Social-emotional, they interact with peers, learn how to share, take turns, and cooperate. They develop emotional regulation, build relationships, and empathy. Physical motor skills include coordination, balance, strength, health and fitness, and language growth includes verbal and nonverbal skills, storytelling, and the expansion of vocabulary. A good play environment have magical qualities that transcend the here and now, the humdrum, and the typical. And that's by Frost and Sutterby. There are key characteristics of play. Play should be voluntary and spontaneous. The primary motivation for play should be driven by interest and enjoyment instead of pressure or external rewards. It should be fun, flexible, and unstructured. You should be an active participant, and it should be exploratory. There are different stages of play, including unoccupied, solitary, onlooker, parallel play, associative, and cooperative play. Children are at different stages in their developmental journey and need to be provided with equipment and an indoor and outdoor playground design that supports these. An unoccupied stage of play is from birth to 3 months. Solitary covers about birth to 2 years. A spectator is around 2 years, like a toddler. Parallel play starts in toddlerhood and works their way up. Associative play is 3 to 4 years. And then the child finally develops cooperative play, which is 4 years or more. There are also different categories of play, including physical play, constructive play, pretend play, social play, and game-based play. Physical play involves moving your body. It includes things like running and climbing, jumping, all kinds of sports, and playing on the playground. Think back when you wanted to play on the playground. The monkey bars were so exciting, the swings, and you got your body moving and your heart beating. There's also constructive play, building things or creating things, playing with blocks, drawing, crafts, and the list goes on. My children always like to play Legos and other kinds of building blocks. Pretend play is imaginative or symbolic. That includes role-playing, creating scenarios, and make-believe. Maybe you have a little center in your school where you can pretend to play kitchen. Maybe that kitchen turns into a desert, or it turns into a coffee shop, or it turns into a pirate ship. All kinds of fun ideas for pretend play. Social types of plays is where you're interacting with peers or adults. Activities that require cooperation, sharing, and social interactions. Game-based play is structured play, where you have specific rules and objectives. You can play board games and team sports. Why is play important? We're going to talk about Uri Bronfenbrenner's theory. Current experts in the field of early childhood seem to agree, as well as theorists, including Bronfenbrenner, about the benefits of play for young children. It provides them with social, emotional opportunities, physical development with fine and gross motor skills, communication, and exploring their community and culture. All children should have play options as part of their initial schooling, and I feel that older children should also have a value in exploration, play, and being given the freedom of choice by their teachers. It is essential that the school offers environments conducive to the development of children's play. When a child is engaged, they will want to learn more, be curious, and retain information when it's relevant to their own lives. Play lays the groundwork for future learning and academic success. Next in my webinar, I'm going to give some examples of play centers and what kind of skills they are promoting. A variety of play centers and opportunities to play should be part of the design of any early childhood education center or school. Play needs to be regularly scheduled during a typical day. It is important to consider the requirements of your local school or district or state. I'm in the state of Washington, and Washington State has full-day kindergarten guidelines. The Learning Environment RCW requirement is to establish learning environments that are developmentally appropriate and promote creativity. Children should be engaging in play because it's satisfying to them and they are having fun. It's encouraging a lifelong love of exploration and learning. Different skills that you might develop during play, including cognitive, social emotional, physical, language, self-expression and independence, stress relief and mental health, cultural and social understanding, and it is a good opportunity for parent-child bonding. You can play at home or you can play at school. Next, I'll be talking about the areas that play can benefit a child. There are all these different kinds of benefits: cognitive, social, emotional, physical, and language improvements. A child will become more independent and be able to express themselves. And there's also a cultural impact about all the kinds of ways that a child and parent can bond through play. I'll be talking about skills including cognitive skills, social emotional skills, physical skills, and language skills. Cognitive skills and the cognitive development is able to enhance creativity, learning, and problem solving. For social and emotional development, it builds empathy, emotional regulation and social skills, problem solving with peers. For physical development, fine motor and gross motor skills are important. Gross motor skills are those large muscles, and fine motor are those small muscles in your fingers. You develop coordination and healthy lifestyle indoors and outdoors in your play spaces. For language development, communication skills with peers and adults is important. It expands your vocabulary, and it provides classroom peer-to-peer communication. You can also label your classroom with words all over, and that's also helpful for all students, not just young students, but students learning English, students with special needs. The play opportunities are endless. For the skills including self-expression and independence, you can provide choices to your students. You can explore their interests and preferences, allow them to make decision-making, and provide confidence. For stress relief and mental health, you're providing a safe space for working through feelings through play. It reduces stress and anxiety. I recommend providing a calm down play center, some sort of place that is in your room, but where a child can take a break. Maybe they need a few minutes just to decompress, calm down. Maybe they're upset about something. You can provide soft pillows, sensory toys, pop-it fidgets, quiet music, maybe a feelings poster, maybe something to squish or pull or push like Play-Doh. That helps everyone's stress relief, adults too. For cultural and social understanding, you can introduce cultural awareness, and it also promotes diversity and inclusion. Provide in your play centers, for example, dolls with different skin tones, skin color shade crayons, and then you help the child understand social roles and norms. You can have them role play characters in a family, community helpers, and it's really great for two-way communication, acting out and role-playing scenarios. Play is also an opportunity for parent-child bonding. Playing at home with a child or with their siblings, giving them fresh air, time to decompress, it fosters trust and security. Parents can observe their child's development, whether they're playing at school or playing at home or at the park. It gives an opportunity for the parents to compare developmental milestones with other children of a similar age and background to your own child. It helps gain insight into their growth. Next, I've put some examples of play, both indoor and outdoor play spaces together. Indoor learning spaces should be well organized, provide predictable routines, and represent the children's cultural background, and provide lots of choices. The physical environment needs to consider placing messy centers near a sink for easy cleanup, computers and electronics near outlets, and separating noisy and quiet areas. You can design the furniture layout with easy monitoring and visual scanning and clear paths for movement. Within each area of the classroom, room partitions using bookcases can be used to help plan out a space. Too much open space encourages running and unsafe behaviors. Those are tips and tricks from the Office of the Superintendent of Public Instruction, OSPI 2023. You should include spaces for blocks, dramatic play, sensory, books, manipulatives, a calm down corner, and indoor gross motor skills. You can use alternative seating, textured bumpy seats, wobble chairs, standing and floor desks for a variety of indoor desk work choices to help maintain focus and interest and provide support for all the needs of your children. On this slide, there's a variety of different sensory tub areas, pictures of example centers. An outdoor play space is a vital part of a child's school environment. Having opportunities to slide, climb, run, have free play, and have age-appropriate sports equipment is important, and it helps to meet the National Association for Sport and Physical Education, NASPE, guidelines for birth to age 5. Movement is essential for physical and mental growth for young, developing bodies. A sandbox and garden are great additions to a well-thought-out playground that can provide additional science and integrated curriculum supports. When designing a playground, you should evaluate the layout, accessibility, equipment, and amenities within your school budget. An elementary playground should also include and consider the IDEA, Individuals with Disabilities Education Act when planning spaces. This will create ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act, compliant areas to help support students in wheelchairs, accommodate sensory issues, and motor challenges. The environment being physically accessible helps IDEA's requirements of a least restrictive environment so that students are able to explore and interact with others. Here are some pictures of some different outdoor play spaces to offer lots of large motor fun activities for young children. And a few last thoughts on play. All students need opportunities to play in their environment, both in educational and home settings. To successfully create an effective learning environment, all of its elements, the teacher, the pedagogy, space, have to be working synergistically in response to the needs of the learner. These play spaces, outdoors and indoors, are environments rich in opportunities for social engagement. They provide opportunities for kids to learn about conflict, making friends, and learning social cues. To successfully create an effective learning environment, all of its elements need to work together. To help keep focus on academic learning, movement should be scattered within the subject areas with brain and movement breaks. We want play spaces that are developmentally appropriate, provide choice, social skills practice, and be cognitive stimulating. Here are some of the references that I've used to put together this presentation about play, and I love this quote from Fred Rogers. Play is often talked about as if we was a relief from serious learning, but for children, play is serious learning. Play really is the work of childhood. Thank you for listening to my capstone presentation for early childhood, and have a great day.